Hello, it's Jesse Green, D619 Nerd. Here with the review, and being it's close to Halloween, one of my favorite times of the year, next to Comic-Con. I'm gonna do some random horror films, and the first one is Val Lewton. Okay, if you can see it, stupid. The Cat People, and I will be doing The Curse of the Cat People as well. This is 1940. I think it's like 41 or 42. The Cat People. A man meets a woman in a zoo next to a leopard cage. They fall in love. They get married, and not knowing that she will not give it up ever, because she's afraid she would turn into a cat. And as the movie progresses, she gets jealous of her and her friend, because she won't give it up, even though they don't state what the problem is, because it's the 40s, so they can't really actually talk about sex. It stars Simone, Kent Smith, Tom Conway, who's a psychiatrist, who's kind of slimeball, but you kind of like him a lot, even though he gets slimmer and slimmer as the movie goes. He's a perv. Jane Rudolph, Jack Holt, and one of the husband's, Kent Smith, co-worker is Alan Napier, who's best known for Alfred in the 1966 Batman. This is the producer, Val Lewton. It's his one. I don't think it was his first, but he is a famous producer who, in the 40s and 50s, did a lot of B-movie horror films. Like I said, if you can call them horror films, but they're not as some of them are, but not all of them were atmospheric like the Universal's horror films from the 30s and 40s. And even he famously said that something about they're not as scary as his films, even though they made more money, but that's him. This is directed by Jacques Tourneur, who's a famous director. He did many different genres, from westerns to horror to I think like a 50s sci-fi movie, I believe. And there's a few. It's atmosphere. This one's atmospheric because you don't really see anything because Simone thinks she's turning into a cat, especially when he gets chummy with Jane Rudolph, who it's like his best friend. They work together. They talk. So there's a few times, like there's a indoor swimming pool scene at her apartment complex, or why, I'm not sure. But you hear stuff. You don't actually see it. But the most famous scene is her walking through the Central Park alone at night, and Simone's following her, and out of nowhere, a bus comes out of nowhere and opens up and scares her. He did it in many of his films. Those kind of shots, but yeah, it's firstly done here, and it's like a cliche now, but it was first done here in Cat People. Now, I remember in I believe 81, there was a remake, but I don't even remember if I ever saw it. I might have. It's been so long. So, yeah. But this one's actually fair. Great cast. You never know if she actually did turn into a leopard or not. It's never really explained. It's up to your mind. So, yeah, check it out if you can. It's on TCM all the time. I got it with the Val Lewton collection, which I will be doing most of these too. And probably others as well this week. So, The Curse of the Cat People is a sequel, a sequel that he did not want to make. So he kind of changed it up. It saw Simone, who died at the end of the first one, comes back as a ghost or imaginary friend. Kent Smith returns. Jane Rudolph comes back. And it's this really enchanted story. It started by Gunther V. Fritzen. I know I probably, but the most famous director is Robert Wise. His first directing movie. He did a few other Balloon stories, which we'll go into later. He famously did The Day the Earth Stood Still, The Haunting, which is a classic ghost story, must see too. And in between The Haunting, he did West Side Story, Haunting, and then Sound of Music. Took me a second. And unfortunately, he directed Star Trek The Motion Picture, but we won't hold it against him. It's really it's several years after the events of Cat People. Kent Smith and Jane Rudolph are married at this point and have a daughter who, oops, there you go. Her daughter who lives in her own little world. Her birthday came up, so instead of inviting them, like using the mail, she put it in a tree thinking that everybody would come, but nobody did. She meets this old woman a few blocks down, and her daughter who mean to the old woman, and so one day Simone comes back and oh wait, it looks like you're my ex-wife, who he still had a picture. Yeah, Ken Smith is a dumbass in this movie. You know, he still had a picture of his ex-wife who died in the first film. He kind of forget what happened in the movie. So yeah, it's really on the shoulders of the little girl. And yeah, it's not a horror film. It's more of a chanting fairy tale, which I kind of like. It has its moments. It's not as good as Cat People. I'll say that. But the ending is bittersweet, and every time I see it, you get chills. Because the daughter of the old woman could have, well, at the end, she was mad because you took my my last moments with my mother, and she was just evil looking. But in a matter of seconds, she turned into Simone, and she said, "My friend." She hugged her, and you see her like this. She could have chucked the child, but she didn't. And it ends in a happy note. Cause well, other than the bad seed, no way child will get hurt. But that's another movie for another time. It's like I said, not as great. I give Cat People a 7 out of 10. And Curse of the Cat People. Yes, it's Robert Wise, one of my favorite directors. I give it 6.5 out of 10. I think I said 7 out of 5. No, it's 7 out of 10. 7.5 out of 10. This is 6.5 out of 10. I'm confusing myself, so I'm gonna stop the video. Yes, I'll do more tomorrow. I'll probably do more than just one, but some of these I want to watch again. Like the next one is Body Snatcher, which is also Robert Wise, and I have loads more to say about that one. And then you got I Walk with the Zombie. So that's next tomorrow. So this is Jesse Green doing another review for you guys. Hope you enjoyed. Peace.